All right, all right, all right. Who is ready for some Prospect League? Who's ready for some Prospect League? I do apologize. I had to push up the time since I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be a little bit focused on some soccer or football or whatever we call it. Even though it's not really a sport I pay much attention to be quite honest. But I didn't want to put people in a weird situation of one or the other, and moving it up an hour doesn't really bother me. Soccer ball. We'll workshop that. We'll workshop that. Um, we got four games on the docket. If you're a fan of the East, I don't want you to freak out. There's still plenty of time. I mean, after today, we'll be done with a third of Prospect League, but we've seen, especially even at the halfway point, there'll be a team that's quite a ways back, but then somehow find their way to maybe a one seed or a two seed. So don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't forget, you're already in the playoffs. This is just for seeding, and we've seen some crazy things when it comes to the playoffs. Yes, playoffs. Let's go ahead and get. We have, like I said, we have four games. First day is obviously a quick sim because it's an off day, but we're going to go right into it. Forgot which one. I got my sticky note here. South versus North. That'll be our first stream game. Out of the four, we will have some time for some Ask the Booth as well. Probably for our last game or two of the stream. Just time for us, just to interact with y'all in chat. Um, Martin, since you're since you're the first one I see, did you want to do a prediction? And also, we are not going to have a 3 hour stream like Friday. I can tell you that right now. Oh, is there one? Okay, hang on. Oh, see, this is what I get. Hold on. Let me go look. Hang on. Do, 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 do. I'm not using my MacBook again today, so give me just a second. Trust me, I would love to do a 3 hour stream where I just talk about different things, and I'm hearing myself. Hang on, let's mute that. I have to do it through my main PC. Hold on, let me go take a look here. No, it looks like it was cashed out already. So you should be able to just start a prediction, unless I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. If you want a 3 hour stream, don't forget Rookie Showcase 17th. So not this Friday, but the following Friday. That's our longest stream on the PBE calendar, actually. Now that we split playoffs into 2 days, which as a just as a housekeeping, that's why we will. Oh no. So there's no oh, so that's only if you make a prediction and then you bet on it. But since there's no prediction right now, you can make a prediction. You just can't. Just don't bet on it though. Then you wouldn't be able to cash it out. But since there's no prediction, it's a clean slate. Does that make sense? It's a little. I don't know why Twitch has to be this way, but Twitch do be twitching. Um, but since playoffs, yes, playoffs in PBE land is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We will not be having a prospect league stream on Wednesday since they're going to be busy doing the playoff streams. So after today, our next time together on Twitch will be Friday. No problem. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we'll do. Also, I thought Denial was going to be here. Maybe Denial's running later. Maybe they forgot we changed up the time. Let me pull this up. I can get a prediction going at least. But that means y'all can't win my points. Y'all gonna have to wait. In fact, we'll as a warm up, we'll keep it simple. Who wins? Who wins? That'll be your first prediction. I'm gonna set it quick just because we are on a little bit of a schedule. So you have 2 minutes. Yes, I understand I can't vote on it, Twitch. I don't know why you gotta be this way. It's not like channel points have a cash money thing to it. Just I find that super silly. Um, I said for 2 minutes. Who wins? Who wins? That is your first prediction. I know it's blocked on the bottom. It is Ivy Nurple pitching for the South and Rayquaza pitching for the North. Oh, that's a good way of looking at it. Yes. Yes. That's absolutely true. One of these days I might need to try to do mod view on my phone. Are you on desktop or on your phone? Because I know you could do it from your phone. I tried, I think, one time and I hated it. And I have a big enough phone where the screen's big enough, but still, I don't like it. Oh, tablet. Okay, tablet. Unless things have changed, I hate watching Twitch on my tablet because the lag is so bad. Like I don't have a lag when I'm watching on my phone. I don't have a lag. I definitely don't have a lag when I'm watching on my PC. But for whatever odd reason, on my iPad, and I'm watching a Twitch stream. It's like a over a minute. It is like so bad. Um, yes, ESPN notification. I already knew Ronaldo was done. Happened like an hour and a half ago. Why are you just telling me this now? And oh boy, you know what? I'm gonna be ahead of it. I'm gonna be ahead of it. Hang on. I'm gonna actually delete that prediction. Only one. All the points was on one side, and we do things differently here. We don't need people losing points to the house. So Song, you get your points back. We don't need to be giving up 2,000 channel points to the ether. Let's get into it. Wind blowing in from center at 11, and I believe we're playing in Philly. Yes, as Lakgar. I hope I said that right. Which hang on. Well, Star will swing and miss for out number 2. Oh, come on, I hit escape. That is deep. And it is going to one bounce off the wall. Hingle with a 2-out double. We did have one player put into the file. I believe it was like late last night. E-Tree Lakgar. If I said that wrong, please let me know. I'm a stickler with wanting to pronounce names how they should be pronounced. E304, welcome to PBE. They are playing in center field. This has to be an OBP build. Punk's not here to correct me. I'm going to assume it's OBP because that I is at 80. But they are playing for Team South. Bats left, throws left, and they are a pull hitter. But welcome to PB. And I know that was the only one that was added in between the RTS and now, but if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget later, and I hate that. Hate that for I want to give y'all some love as Roy D. Rage will pop that up to the third base side, retire the side in the top of the first. Go to the home half. Morellis leading off. Fly ball center field, and that'll be caught for out number 1. Next up will be Zielinski. Grounder to the shortstop, over to first in time, out number 2. Now, Osmall, who has 7 home runs already. My goodness. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I mean, this is only the 13th game of the season, and they're already at 7 home runs. Brandon Zonbear, watch out. So we go to the top of the second. Slayer, fly ball to center field. That's caught for the first out of the inning. Oh, Tampa. Tampa, are you here to mod? Are you here to make some mod money? Or are you here because you're kind of the boss of the mods? As Smith will swing and miss for strike 3, out number 2. Now, Man of Steel, who does not have a speed arc, he'll pop it up, and that'll retire the side in the top of the second. I can answer that question without leaking. I mean, every single draft class will have a whole bunch of actives and a few people who are IA. That's pretty general across any draft class. I know we've never had a draft class full of IAs, and we've never had a draft class all actives. That's going to be pretty across the board, across the sim leagues, especially one other sim league that I'm gradually learning. Some of you already know the news on that, but we'll talk about that when we get to Ask the Booth. As Park will fly out to center field at the second out. Denial and Martin / GSFW / Flamethrower. We'll go to the top of the third. Unmore leading off. We are scoreless through 2, and I believe that's the first walk we've had all game. So runner aboard for Ryan. Tries to bunt, didn't work. Swing and a miss, strike 3 instead, 1 out. There's the bunt back to the pitcher, and they'll get the lead. Oh no, I take that back. That's going to be an error. First and second, 1 out for Starr. Grounder to short, over to second for 1. They're going to get the double play. 6-4-3 twin killing. And that'll retire the side. I think the only reason I call him Martin is his PB player's name is Martin. As Soprano strikes out. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Prepotente Pony. Shout out to Kegleg. He'll line out to shortstop. 2 outs, top of the order to Morellis. That is sky high. Who's going to get it? They're going to make the second baseman run all the way. First baseman was closer. We have a pitcher's duel so far through the first 3 innings. We have played more innings than we've had hits in the game. As Hingle grounds it to the shortstop for out number 1, they'll bring up Roy D. Rage. And it's going to be a base hit to left field. Okay, now I definitely don't feel bad for calling you Martin. Slayer strikes out, 2 outs. And that is not coming back. Dinger time for Max Smith and the South are on the board first, 2-0. Denial, you're late. You're gonna have to tell everybody a joke because you're late. I'm just kidding. Oh, how's about back-to-back jacks? Man of Steel. Does that mean he stole all 4 bases? That was not my best pun. We'll move along. Unmore, that is sky high. A lot of fly balls. A lot of fly balls and pop-ups to start out. South Dugan on the board first, 3-0 as we go to the home half of the inning. I started the stream 2 minutes early. Thank you very much. Started at 4:58 my time. But so Song, you do I know you're probably messing with me. You do realize you would have won 0 points. Also, the game's not over yet, as Mihoff will ground out to third for out number 2. Next up is Ryan. Base hit to left, or top that end of the game. We'll go to the top of the 5th. I hit that spacebar so fast. Ryan with the leadoff single. Top of the order, Lockguard, almost like a swinging bunt, and the only play is to first base. Basically, was as if it was a bunt. Runner at second with 1 out for Star. And that is going to be over the center field. That's going to go off the wall. That's going to bring in a 4th run. RBI double for Marco Star. And it's now 4-0 South. Hingle with a base hit to right field. They're going to send the runner. And the throw to the plate is not in time. RBI single for Hingle McCringleberry. 5-0. Okay, fair point. Oh, see, that's hard. I don't know if I'm a professional. I do push buttons, though. I do definitely push buttons, as that is deep left center, and that is off the very top of Ashburn Alley. Very top of the wall. Slayer with an RBI double. It's now 6-0. As Smith hits that to right field. That's playable. And we call for out number 3. We're halfway through our first game of the stream. And the South up by 6. Oh man, if I could just be like, hey, computer, push the buttons for me. That'd be great. That'd be great. Dame, I'm sure Dame wouldn't be happy about it though. Dame would be like, I'm paying you for what? As Park with a base hit to left field. Runner at first with 1 out. Next up is Vapor. Fly ball to center field. Caught for out number 2. Oh yeah, let's not do Alt F4. Computer, press Control Alt Delete. Back to the pitcher. Soprano will be retired, and that will end the 5th inning. Still 6-0. Go to the top of the 6th. Man of Steel. Oh, another fumbly bumbly. Second error of the game for the North. Leadoff runner is on for Unmore. Ball 4. First and second for Brennan Ryan. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. We'll go to top of the order to Lockgar. And there's one. What a double play. Wow. I didn't think they were going to get that through in time, but what a play at second base to make it happen by Soprano. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Pony draws the leadoff walk. Next up is Morales. Grounder to the second baseman. Oh, no throw. They're going to score that an infield hit. First 2 batters for the North are on. For Zielinski. Oh, stole third base. See, I would have done a double steal if it were me, but I digress. Pony with their 4th stolen base. Ground ball that is going to bring in a run. It is going to be a double play, 4-6-3. Zielinski will not get an RBI because it was a double play, but there'll be no shutout tonight. 6-1. South still up in front with 2 outs, and Osmall will strike out looking to retire the side. 2-3-4 due up here in the top of the 7th. Star. Strike 3 looking. As Hingle, liner caught in the hot corner, 2 outs. Oh, if that works, can you let me know? Because I'm in like 3 leagues and I got lots of tasks and, you know, that wouldn't count as AI, would it? As Rage will pop out in foul ground to retire the side. Oh, it'll happen. I don't know if it'll be a game on stream, but those tend to happen. Grounder to the show, bobbled. First error for the South. And that is out by a country mile, maybe even two. Possibly a hit and run that did not have the hit. As Bleecker grounded to the shortstop. Out number 2. Park, swing and a miss, strike 3. That might be the last batter for Nurple. They're at 87 through 7. Oh, no, we established that. I am not. Punk is the richest user in PBE. In fact, he has almost triple what I have. And I have a lot of money. The Slayer will strike out to start off the top of the 8th. Ball 4, runner first, 1 out. I've not screwed anything up yet, Punk. Keyword in that is yet. As that's a base hit for Man of Steel. First and second with 1 out for Unmore. Ball 4. Bases loaded, 1 out for Brendan Ryan, who will pop that and it'll be caught by the second baseman. 2 outs, top of the order to Lockgar. Called. Strike 3, they'll leave him loaded. But South still up by 5 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Will Nurple be pitching? They will not. It'll be Rylan Moffitt. 7 innings of 1-run ball, though, for Ivy Nurple. As that's ground out for Vapor. Oh, yeah. There's a few users in PB that I imagine would be at that level. As Soprano flies out to center field. And Pony will also hit that center field, and that'll take us to the 9th. Star leads off. Fly ball center field caught for out number 1. Oh, you just wait till we get to playoff streams. That's when the points do come out. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean starting tomorrow. People gonna be busting out the big dollars, especially World Series. Which, by the way, we have World Series Saturday. This Saturday. Morellis will lead off with a base hit. North need 5 to tie, 6 to walk it off. It's not impossible. It is improbable. Zielinski to third, and they'll get only the out at second base. That'll be a fielder's choice. And that's strike 3 looking to Osmall. Down to their final out, it'll be Mehoff. Called, strike 3, and the South will take the win 6-1. Nurple will take the win. Quasi the loss. Ivy Nurple is your player of the game. Oh yeah, we had to get rid of that. Yeah. So for context, yeah. So the first round of the playoffs used to be one big massive stream, and it was like a 7. It could be like an 8-hour stream, and I'm not joking when I say that. And then eventually we got to where we split it. So the general rule is day 1 of the playoff stream for round 1 is 2 hours maximum. However, it is up to the streamer to go. They can go over that. I mean, most of the time they don't. Maybe it'll go like 2.5, 3 hours. Like potentially, like if there's a series that might end, just making it easier for the person on the second day. I think it used to be the old system for compensation, which was you still, no matter if it was they didn't really get paid extra. At least not from what I remember. I never did. I'm always in prospect league, so I never do playoff streams. I only did one playoff stream. Like it was in case of an emergency, and it's also because for whatever odd reason I'm cursed when it comes to the main file. Like something in the main file, like my PC hates it when I try to stream from it. And of course, it had to have happened when I streamed. I stepped in for Minor League World Series. I forgot what happened to the streamer that I stepped in for, but it was me and Chadwick who did that. And yeah, my PC crashed like twice, and it was awful. It was awful. We got through it, but yeah, that's why I keep the Prospect League. I keep the Prospect League because apparently my PC cooperates with Prospect League file. Just not OTP 27, which we're not going to go down that path. Let's go ahead and get some quick sim in. Will the next live game have? Oh, I have the schedule. I actually hit enter this time. It is going to be East versus West. Just for those wondering if you're wanting to know who's playing. Yes, I actually remembered to push the button. Told you I'm not a professional button pusher. Sometimes I need to be reminded. 11-3 East do take the win. I see Jose. Jose got his third home run. For the East, Puckle Nuck, 1 for 4, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Giori, 1 for 5 with a run scored. And then on the West, Hustle, 3 for 5. Gorshall will take the win to go to 3-0. Jose O'Reilly will take the loss. Gator Moody is your player of the game. Go ahead and advance. No, we're not going to talk about that either. We're not going to talk about that either. I believe I just said it too. I believe it's East and West. Yeah, East and West. What I'm going to do, just to give you all time to do the bet and the prediction, um, we will quick sim South and North first. Oh, Belmont, is that you? I was sitting here and I was just like, who is this? I didn't want to just straight up ask, who are you? Because I don't obviously everybody has different Twitch handles. I don't do good things when I try to guess who's who. Usually that doesn't end up good for me. 13-3 South will take the win. I could have, but I could have just you know what? I'm on 4 hours of sleep, and I'm surprised I've made it this far today, actually. Oh, I'm surprised I made it this far. Good thing we bumped this up an hour. Lockgar, 2 for 6 with a RBI, 2 runs scored. Slayer, 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs, a walk, and a run. Man of Steel, 1 for 5 with a run. On the North, Osmall, 2 for 5 with a run scored, and Pony, 2 for 3 with a run scored as well. Infinity takes the win, selling the loss. Player of the game is Roy D. Rage. Is blocked on the bottom. You can't see it, but he did tie the regular season game record for hits with 5. Did he go 5 for 5? Yeah, 5 for 5. A home run, and the rest were singles. We get to see. Okay, y'all. We're gonna try the because we tried last time and it didn't work. Do we let Hummus know that he's pitching on stream? It is blocked on bottom, but Hummus is pitching for the West in this game, and then we have an NPC for the East and David Corrigan. Don't be afraid to throw in a VCL when you participate in your shenanigans. Everybody go let Hummus know, especially since we have not had an at Fetty in forever. That used to be our thing. Everybody go at Fetty. That counts too. You gotta tell him when he's. You gotta tell him he's pitching. Hummus gonna hate me eventually. He's made it this far. I made it this far without him hating me. So who knows? I've survived. Well, 22 seasons of Prospect League and now 25 seasons total in PBE. My getting close to being 3.5 in real life years participating in the league. Oh, that's right. Hold on, I gotta intervene on this. Wait a minute. I don't want to mess somebody up though. Whiff City or Prime Ichiro? I see what you did there. Um, how many points am I at now? Yes, I want to participate. I just put 5,000 on under. Remember, it is 10,000 Twitch points equals a million PBE cash. Just make sure you fill out that Twitch form. If you've already done it once, you don't need to do it again unless something has changed with your form handle or your Twitch handle. But that way, the mods, if you were to cash out the million PBE bucks, our mods will know who to send the money to. I have 21,000 points left. Tampa, you gotta remember, I haven't had a mod in Prospect League for a couple seasons, so my points have been accumulating because, usually I'm the one making the prediction, thus means I cannot bet on the prediction. Thank you, Twitch, for stupid rule. Um, but yeah, so I got points I need to you know the drill, Tampa. It's an age-old tradition in Prospect League where we gotta make me broke. So I got 21,000 to go. I am gonna have to keep my eyes on it because I do want to make sure that we have lots of fun on Rookie Showcase because we're gonna have a lot of different predictions there. So if oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. You're right, Denial. I forgot the disclaimer. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-HUMMUS. That's hummus with three M's because we need enough for a phone number. Um, and you will get help, particularly with what to bet on if you call that phone number. Thank you. I forgot about the disclaimer. As things around me are making noise. It's kind of windy outside, so if you hear kind of things in the background, it's probably wherever the wind is blowing around. Last call on the prediction. Last call on the prediction. So we can get rolling and because I know some of y'all are gonna be watching some football um here in a couple hours. Oh, I have a large bank because of stocks, which a lot of y'all don't. Y'all, a lot of y'all were not around for stocks. I used to be a stock head, so I think about half a like literally I put whatever leftover money I had, I put it all in stocks, and then I had to shut it down. That's a story we won't get into. That is something we will not get into. But I got a lot of. I think about 600 million of my money was stocks. Um, and also, I would just like to point out, technically, I would have more money if I actually paid myself for Prospect League streams. I've done Prospect League for free, just out of the kindness of my heart for at least the last 10 seasons. I haven't paid myself in forever and a half. Technically, I'd be a billionaire if that were to be true, because that's at least 40 to 45 streams I did not pay myself for. Technically, I could. If I really, 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 really wanted to, I could just I could just, be like, hey, because the updaters are the same way. The updaters, a lot of times, like, yeah, exactly. Like Enoch is one, Poe is another. Um, we also have some other updaters as of recent, like Musha and Bectudo and Poliwag. But I think they've been paying themselves because I know they're doing it. But like Enoch has done so many updates that I don't. He could probably pay himself like a billion. um, Dame two, technically Dame two. I mean, even though he's a sim head, technically I'm sure he has done some updating that he has not paid himself for. Well, but see, Tampa, you have the most important, what I think is one of the most important jobs in PBE, and that's a minor league GM. It's like one of the most important jobs, in my opinion. I don't see. Oh, guys, I put in 5,000. I put in 5,000 points. Nobody's in the mood to bet. Thought I was being good, putting in some extra stuffs. Oh yeah, I just saw it. I was gonna say to close it anyway, but you're good. Let's go ahead and get started. Roof is closed. I believe we're heading out to Arizona. No, that's not. Do we have a mysterious roof in Anaheim that I'm not aware of? As Pucklenuck will ground out. Why did it say the roof is closed? Oh my gosh, OTP might be drunk. Jackson strikes out next up is Tanyan. Grounded to the shortstop over to first in time for out number two. Round number three. Oh my gosh. Or oh gosh, what was it? I remember reading about it. Jose will pop out. They're gonna make third baseman run all. The catcher can catch too. I mean, it's literally in the job description. Catcher. Or in the case of Anaheim, that tank thing that they thought was gonna explode, so they had to evacuate everybody for like a week, and they had to keep covering it with water. And then it ended up they got kind of lucky on that one, as Walker lays down the bunt, and the bunt works, moves the runner. Oh, and he's safe too. That's about an infield hit. Oh, but he's gonna get doubled up at first base on the line out. Were you in the area? Were you in the evacuation area? I know this is an asked booth, but let's be honest, we can keep this super casual. Because that's like a 5 mile radius or something, if I recall correctly. Moody, fly ball, center field, out number two. Oh, good. Still must have been crazy being that close to, because I mean, all those people that had to like be evacuated, I'm sure that still caused some problems for people who are, were not in that area. Oh, that tank thing. You didn't hear about that? It was like, what was it, like 2 3 weeks ago? There was like a tank of um, it's like some sort of like liquid plastic concoction, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. Yep, it was. If I remember correctly, it was like 15 minutes from Angels Stadium, and it was like 20 minutes from Disney World. But basically, it was a tank that, like, the pressure valve on the tank got broke, So it was like filling up with all this pressure, and they were worried it was going to explode because of it. No problem. Denials here anyway, Martin. Yeah, you go take care of what you need to go take care of. So they had to keep spraying water on that thing because they couldn't. They if the temperature kept going up, then it would lead to an explosion. Um, and so, but they eventually found there was like a crack in the tank that let out all that pressure, and the stuff in it solidified. And then they realized, okay, it's not going to explode now. We can stop spraying water on it, as that is caught in deep right to retire the side in the top of the third. We are scoreless through 2.5. As we go to the bottom of the third, Stewart leading off. Grounder to third. Out number 1. Next up is Cohen. Grounder to the shortstop. Out number 2. Top of the order to Jose. And it's going to be a slow roller, out number 3. This is basically like what happened with our first game of the night. Scoreless through 3, top of the 4th. Jackson, grounder to the shortstop. Over to first in time, 1 out. Now Tanyan, grounder to the second baseman. 2 quick outs. And it's Farnsworth. Called strike 3. I'm just going to say this one time. Tremonti's have 44 pitches through 4. As Hustle will lead off with a walk. Leadoff runner is aboard. Now Walker base it to left field. First and second, no outs for Brandon Zahn, who is not the home run leader at the moment. Surprisingly enough, as that'll be caught in right field for out number 1. In fact, even Jose has more RBIs than Zahn. But then again, it is Jose. Thornton Jr. fly ball to right field. That's going to be out number 2. Zoidberg, strike 3 called. Actually, the called it a swing. So scoreless through 4 now. We've, just like in game 1, we've played mornings, and we have hits in the game total. As Moody pops out for out number 1. Smooth. Slow roller. Oh, I mean, we didn't reach past the 5th inning, so it's not like at a point where it's like, perfect or no hitter watch. But still, that's, oh no. Gone. Dinger time. Uiloa. And just like that, the East are on the board first, 2-0. And it's Hummus. He'll survive. That's what he gets for making my VCL player fragile like a glass house. VCL win for Hall of Fame. Nobody on, 2 outs for Giori, and that's going to be a base hit. Inning will continue. Welcome in, Breeze. Man, I'm popular today. I'm popular. Wow, we got what now? 3 mods here, even though Tampa's just here to give me crap. And that is out by 1.5 miles. Halfway through our second game of the night. East on the board first, 2-0. We'll go to the bottom of the inning, bottom of the order for Prince. Who's going to hit that for extra bases? That's going to go off the wall. Punk's here just to take notes on whatever mistakes I make. And then he'll debrief me on my mistakes. And then I'll just come back the next day and make the same mistakes, because that's how life works. As that's a base hit, that's going to be an RBI for Stewart. 2-1 now. Runner going. Safe. It's still early. We're not even a third of the way through the season yet. And that's a base hit down the line for Cohen. And this game is now tied at 2. Still no outs in the inning with the runner at second base. Popped up. Jose couldn't extend the RBI lead. 1 out. Hustle. That's going to bring in the run. That's going to go all the way to the wall. RBI double. West have taken the lead 3-2. As Walker, that's into the man. Lots of doubles. We're gonna have to check how many extra base hits we've had in this game at the end, as that's another RBI double. 4-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for Zahn, and that'll take us to the second out. And Thornton Jr. will ground out to first, pitcher covering, and that will retire the side in the 5th. 4-2. West have taken the lead. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Pucklenuck leading off. Ball 4. So leadoff runner is on. Jackson grounder to third. And because Nuck is a fast runner, the only play will be at first base. So a runner at second with 1 out. Tanyan, oh, you're going to steal third. Oh, wow, what a steal. That is big because it's only 1 out. So a sac fly could bring him in. It's fast enough as a runner, depending on where the ground, if it's a ground ball, where it goes. Or it could be a walk, which is not the end of the world for the West because now that opens up double play. But it is runners in the corners with 1 out for Farnsworth. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Now Moody. Ground ball, and they'll get, oh, never mind. There's a fumbly bumbly. So a run will score on the error. It is 4-3. Smooth will swing and miss for strike 3, but the East have cut the deficit in half. Only down by a run. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Zoidberg leading off. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Next up is Prince. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Now Stewart, new pitcher, Mike Kinsella. And that's going to be a double down the line. So runner at second base with 2 outs. Cohen, swing and a miss, strike 3. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Close one at this point, 4-3 West. Ualoa popped up, caught for out number 1. Next up is Wilkins. Back to the pitcher. And gets there in time, 2 away. Is swing and a miss for Giori. That'll take us to the stretch. Same score, Jose leading off the bottom of the 7th. Grounder to short. Over to first in time, 1 out. Next up is Hustle. And that's going to be yet another double. 3 for 3 day for Eric Hustle. 10th hit for the West. Runner at second base with 1 out. Grounder to third off the bat of Walker. 2 outs. Brennan Zahn called. Strike 3. It'll be 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 8th as Nuck swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out in the inning. Next up is Jackson. Popped up. Caught for out number 2. Also, I should note you are you do have a lot in eye. Your contact's not that bad though. But I mean, hey, 9 stolen bases through what, 13 games? That's really good, especially trying to create that opportunity to steal third, and that's a fumbly bumbly. Thornton Jr. will lead off on the error. Zoidberg, grounder to second, over to there for one. They're going to get the double play. 4-6-3. Will clear the bases with 2 outs. As Prince, fly ball down the left field line, caught for out number 3. Last chance for the East. 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. And it'll be 4-5-6 due up. Shelly Summers looking for the save. So we will not see Pucklenuck hit against Summers, most likely in this game. And that's a base hit to right. Moody. Oh no, not this again. Oh God. Okay, whatever. Oh, okay, out at second. Well, tying run 90 feet away. I just hate that animation. I've complained about that for literally over a year, and I don't know if OTP fix it because I can't play OTP 27. As that's popped up, and they're going to get out of it, and the West will take the win 4-3. We have to see about strikeouts. That was our prediction. Overs. Overs got it because we had a total of 18. Here's what I want. How many extra base hits was in this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Half of the hits were extra bases. Tremonti will take the win, Corrigan the loss, Summers will get the save. Eric Hustle will be your player of the game. You're welcome, EVY. It was EVY who bet the 100 points. We have some quick sim days. Yeah, so we do have a quick sim 3 straight. One of those 3 is an off day. East versus South is the next stream game. Just to let you know, Denial. Who was called like 5 gazillion different names by Hummus yesterday. I was so amused. There was like a just D. I heard a Den. I heard a Denny. I heard a Denia. And I was just, it's like, I'm just gonna let Hummus cook. Although to be fair, Star Nebula, who was my co-GM before now being basically the head GM for Seattle. I remember when I first saw their Twitch handle, I was like looking at it because it was Star Nebula, but some of it was spelt using numbers, just like how Denial has used the 1 as an L. And oh boy, I butchered that. I butchered that hard. Not on purpose, of course, because reading is hard. Oh boy. Well, the West got the win 6-4, and all of those runs were scored in the bottom of the 8th. Not an accurate chart, by the way. Goodness me, how old is that chart? This is such an old chart because this was back when Jefferson Steelflex was in the minor leagues. I'll give you a hint. Steelflex is already retired. In fact, Steelflex's player was a rookie, I believe 2 seasons ago. Their second player, Smokey Zazaki. But oh my, that is such an old, that is a really old chart. No, I know. I'm just so astonished at how old it is more than anything. It's been wrong. I mean, gosh, I even remember. I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry. Like Ulf Yuppie. I drafted. Oh my gosh, that is at least 20 seasons ago. Because Ulf Yuppie, I drafted when I was a minor league GM. It was like a 3rd round IA pick. Oh man, thank you for making me feel even more old. Uh, Pucklenuck did something, 1 for 4 with a walk and a run. Giori 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, a walk. On the West, Hustle 1 for 3, walk RBI, run scored. Callaway will take the win in relief. LaFaro, the blown save loss. Muffin Healer is your player of the game. South in the North. And 3-0 South will take the win. Looks like Man of Steel had a home run. For the South, as I mentioned, Man of Steel 2 for 4, 2 RBIs with that home run. On the North, only got 5 hits total. I'm going to assume Pony got on via an error or probably like a sack. Oh no, hit by pitch. I had to think really hard on it because it's like 0 for 2, but no walks on there. Osmall 1 for 4. Hamilton will take the win. Boykins the loss. Keith Hamilton, your player of the game. And this should be the off day. Yep. And now we'll have this quick sim day, and then we will have, in fact, I guess I put an extra day on that sticky note, didn't I? Yeah, I guess I did because the 24th is I don't need to go that far. But I'm on the right day. Okay, yeah, so we're still on the off days. Or no. Okay, yeah, no. That's right. Go left to right. North and the west. Oh my. Wow. So it was 2-3. North goes up 5-3. No, wait, no, that's not. No, hang on. Math. It was scoreless till the 7th. North score 3, West tied up in the bottom of the 8th, and then when we get to the 12th, North put up 2, but then they give up a walk-off. What was the walk-off? Walk. It's blocked in the bottom. Jose, walk-off 2-run home run. Jose with a walk-off 2-run home run. Eric Prince will also give him a shout. He had a home run in that inning as well. Jose with the 2-run walk-off home run. Osmall 2 for 5 with a run scored. And then Pony 1 for 5 with an RBI for the North. We mentioned Hustle had that home run, part of a 2 for 5, 1 RBI day. Or no, wait, did I read that wrong? Oh no, it was Prince. They're both Eric. They're both Eric with their last name, the same amount of letters that end with an E. That's my excuse. I'm going to stick with it. Lots of pitchers used for the North. In fact, 2 of them got blown saves. Murphy will end up with the loss. Shelly Summers will take the win to go to 3-0. And Barry Balls is your player of the game in a game that took 4 hours and 13 minutes. I'm sure Rob Manfred is somewhere crying in a corner because it took so long. East and the South. 4-3 win for the East. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just so enamored with how old this chart is because Aaron Henry, if I remember correctly, that was CK Royals' last play. I want a ring with Aaron Henry as GM of the Swifties. If that's the same player I'm thinking of. Man, that chart, I feel so nostalgic. East, for the East, Puckle Nuck 1 for 5 with a run scored. Giori 1 for 4. For the South, Lockguard 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, a walk and a run. Does CK even still have a player? I believe after Henry retired, he did not recreate. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. I haven't talked to CK in a while. I hope he's doing well. He's a fun guy, even though he's a Braves fan. even though he's a Braves fan, that was a steal too. When I drafted CK's minor league player, that was a steal at the time because I got him in like the second or third round, and CK is like he was like I want to say he's one of the OGs. He used to be a longtime GM for OBX for the longest of times. Um, like man, that was such a steal. Managed to get him a ring too. Yeah, I know CK stepped back from a lot of sim league things. Like, but by the time I drafted him, he stepped back from ISFL GMing as well. I think he was just casually participating at the time. Williams will get the win. Lillian Blues the loss. LaFaro the save. Eitri Lockgar is your player of the game, and that'll take us to our second to last stream game, which is East and South. I said that like 5 minutes ago, and I still forgot. Um, I will quick sim this one day just to give y'all a little bit more of a chance to put in your predictions. Which you know what, I'm gonna take this opportunity. There's one with zero, so I'm not gonna mess it up for somebody. Let's go do another 5,000 this time on South. Come on, I'm trying to give away my points. North will take the win, 11-6. Osmall 1 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. Pony 3 for 4 RBI, 2 runs scored. On the West, Hustle 1 for 5 RBI and a run. Quaza will take the win. Rusimov with the 9-out save. Huggins will take the loss. Prepotente Pony is your player of the game. That is exactly why I had all these points racked up. Because I've been having to do the predictions myself, and I can't bet on them. It'll be Rory Gorshall for the East, Ivy Nurple for the South. I believe this is a rematch from opening day, if I recall correctly. Um, but those are your two starting pitches. They are hidden there on the bottom, since I know y'all can't see them. Also, where's the button? Since I'm a professional button pusher, Ask the Booth. We'll do Ask the Booth for the final couple games. So feel free to ask whatever questions you like. There are drafts ongoing, so please don't ask me questions that could get me in trouble. I'm here so I don't get fined. But outside of that, feel free to ask whatever you like. If you're new to the league, you have questions about how the league works, or if you just want to talk about random things like food, or we got World Cup going on. We got hanging to All Star break in real life as well. Lots of different things, or we could just talk about the weather. I mean, oh man, I got thoughts. I got thoughts when it comes to World Cup. Give you like a minute on the prediction, and I will scroll my way through the questions. I already see questions that might get me in trouble. Just a different kind of trouble. I don't see any more movement on the prediction, so let's go ahead and get this rolling. Also, I guess I should have asked when you say who wins today. I guess I could have asked like who wins what. You could have been talking about something else except for World Cup. My favorite person in the Cincinnati locker room is Belmont because we teamed up on Frenchie to make their life hell because they have this weird irrational hate for dairy products. Did I pass the test? Nobody tell Pyro I said that. Pyro gonna be mad at me. Yeah. Yesn't. I will take that. I will take that. The For the Phillies to win the World Series, somebody will need to go to the Dodgers team hotel and like pull all the fire alarms or yeah, see, I knew I was gonna get in trouble. Well, it's nice knowing you all. This is my last prospect. No, I'm just kidding. Or serve them some undercooked food, or maybe we go find somebody who has like a cold or the flu, and you know send them for a fan experience. Yeah, nobody gonna beat the Dodgers. In fact, let's all thank the Dodgers for the reason why we will not have baseball in 2027. That's the only way the Phillies are going to win the World Series, at least this year, unless we do something crazy at the trade deadline. But even then, I doubt it. Um, I do like pants. I like certain kinds of pants. See, I'm a big guy, so we run very hot. So I don't do I don't like jeans or long pants. Give me some shorts. And yes, I'm willing to admit I like cargo shorts. The more pockets, the better. I'm a pragmatic individual. So yes. Yes and no on pants. Did I miss any other questions? Does not look like it. Okay, good. Very good, very good. Keep asking questions. We got asked booth the rest of the way. We got this game and the next game, so oh no, are we really gonna give me grief over that? Are we gonna give me grief over the way I put on shoes? I didn't realize my take was controversial when it came to shoes. Which I also don't like wearing shoes. Give me some slippers. And by slippers I mean what you people call flip-flops. Just don't you dare call them sandals. They're not sandals. I do I do sock shoe, which is apparently very controversial. Yes, you can call them thongs. I'm not very many people still call them that these days, but thongs is also acceptable. And we're talking about slippers, not the other thing that could be called that. Apparently people put on their socks in one room and then put their shoes on in another, and I think that's weird. Like, why would my socks be in a different room than my shoes? They should be together. Because why else would I don't see cu- my cultural upbringing, and I'm not being pretentious when I say this, like we don't wear shoes in the house. Absolute like, and I still have that rule to this day, like no shoes in the house. Like I have a nice little like mat area right by the door where you take shoes off, put in, leave them on that. But yeah, don't no, and in fact, it's actually healthier You can go Google it. I'm not lying. As Punk made Automod mad, I will let I'll let the mods decide on that one. I have no comment. Apparently, Little Piece is what made the Automod mad, which is I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it is healthier to not wear your shoes in the house because if and it makes sense if you think about it because you're tracking in everything that you just grabbed from outside. Like would you go outside and lick the ground? No, right? You're bringing that stuff into your house. So so yeah, there you go. Did you make Sean laugh though? Sean's a good guy. I don't know how he does it. Even though I used to stream when he streamed early in the morning, but I can't really do that now for multiple reasons. It would, most like the biggest reason being that my OTP 27 doesn't work and nobody in the powers that be wants to help me. So, do you know? I mean, with the amount of money that it costs for RAM, you would have to start a GoFundMe to get a new PC. Like it is bad. And I don't think I have a potato. I mean, I have 16 gigs of RAM. So like and I have dual monitors and I feel like I don't have a potato, but and it, and it may not even be my PC. It could be a problem with the game. I don't know cuz they don't want to help me. Why have a method to submit a bug report and not help people? I could have gotten I think at the time I bought this PC, I could have gotten 32 gigs, but I think it was like $300 more or something like that. But at the time, I was like, yeah, 16 should be enough. You know what would be nice? I don't even know if this exists. I remember the last time I looked this up, it didn't. But like external RAM. Like let me just plug something in and that'd give me more RAM. Like that would be nice, even though it'd still be very expensive because the cost of the RAM itself is enormous right now. Oh yeah, it would not be something I would chance it on because knowing me, I would look to if such a thing existed, it would probably be like $1,000 or something. I'll look at and be like, yeah, there's no reason for me to buy this. I might as well just save up the money and buy a PC. uh, I'm the type of person I do not like buying to replace things. Like last year was the first time I replaced my phone in like 8 years. And boy, that was a change. That was quite the change too. Like going from an iPhone, I think it was an iPhone is either an 11 or a 12 plus, and now I have an iPhone. What version is this? I'm old. I don't pay attention to names. Or no. I'm sorry. No, I went from an 8 plus to a 15 plus. 8 plus to a 15 plus. And boy, is that a big difference. I take care of my stuff, and I don't. I have a cheap wireless company, which means that I need to get the phone outright. So I got lucky because the iPhone that I got at the perfect time. It was right when Apple replenished their I forgot the specific other like because iPhone like Apple, you can get an iPhone like a refurbished iPhone, and you can still get the Apple Care Plus as if it was a new phone. And so that's what I did. But yeah, oh yeah, the 8 Plus battery would die out within like an hour, and the time and I knew I had to go get a new one because the port finally was starting to got to the point where it would be like a 5 minute excursion to try to get the port to interact and be able to charge it. Um, Now I don't have that problem with this newer iPhone because obviously it's I have it on the magnetic, so I never use the port now. Um, so that's good. And I do like how it is magnetic because I got a nice little charging stand and it's like super convenient for me. That's how I'm able to do Twitch on my phone because it's like tilted enough. It's kind of nice. Um, Kind of like I have one where I have another one. It's what I use to charge it when I go to bed. Even though the battery is so good on this, like it takes me forever to drain the battery on this thing. So like I never usually have to charge it when I go to bed. I just when I wake up in the morning, I have my stand right next to my PC. I just put it on that and start charging. But I do have one where it looks like those I forgot I don't know what you call them. Like like those things you used to stick on the back of a phone case, the little handles, so that way you can hold it a little bit better. I don't know what you call those, but I have one. The one in my bedroom is kind of like it's like that where you it pulls out. It also plays like a little mini kickstand kind of a thing. And it's pretty small, pretty small. I do wish the cable was longer though. It's like a 3 foot cable, which is not the greatest. I think it was a Belkin, if I remember correctly. This is like last year. I bought it last year, so with all the stuffs. The only other thing that's a little disappointing, because see, I'm very protective of my electronics. So I always love getting an OtterBox for my phones, and apparently they don't really have a good OtterBox case for my phone. At least when I was trying to buy one. So I do have a slightly different case on it than I would otherwise. Also made sure I got a screen protector for it too. Like if I'm gonna drop $800 on a phone, like I better get at least 5 years from it. If I manage to get that 8 plus the last 8 years, I'm pretty sure I can get this one the last 8 years too. But with how technology is going these days, I'm sure half the apps on my phone would stop working. Also, well because you gotta remember it was a refurbished phone. I didn't buy it brand new. It was like Apple. I'm trying to remember the specific term they have for it. Like Apple, it's like Apple Premium Factory Refurbished or something like that. I got super lucky because they are like straight from Apple on their website. Like they rarely will have like lots of different phones. Usually it's like the MacBooks and the iMacs that you'll find there. Not very many phones. So I got super lucky because like that's the only time I will buy a like and also too like you could still do Apple Care Plus on it. It still had the same basic warranty as if I bought it new. Like, why wouldn't I? Like I get all the benefits of a new phone, but it's not a new phone. So like it was perfect timing, perfect timing. And also shipping wasn't bad on it either, because see I like the last this is the first phone I got that I ordered online. I'm the type of person I like to go there, like physically go there, physically have the phone in my hand, and like that whole process. Because a lot of things can happen when it comes to shipping. Like, I mean, they could have just not delivered it, could have been stolen, like all different kinds of things. Um, but considering I live in a place where there is no Apple store, it would be a 3 hour excursion to go get a phone straight from Apple because it would either be, for me, it would either be Kansas City or Oklahoma City to to go to an Apple store, and I usually go to Oklahoma City because where their Apple store is, it's in a Penn Square Mall, great mall, and also they have a cheesecake factory in the mall. So it turns into like a fun outing. Like get my phone, then go get some lunch or dinner at Cheesecake Factory, and there's also a Jamba Juice. There's a strip mall right next to it with a Jamba Juice, so I go grab me a Jamba Juice, keep me company on the drive home. It's like perfect. Like everything I need is like within one block. Oh man, I love. So I live in Smoothie King country. Um, which Smoothie King is not bad, but it's not Jamba Juice. It is not Jamba Juice. In fact, when I first moved here, there used to be a Jamba Juice in one of the Targets, and I got really excited. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great! I can still get my Jamba Juice." And I remember going to it, and I was so disappointed. It was like there was like there's only three options. Orange Dream Machine, which is all right, and I don't even remember the other two. I was just like, why are we calling this a Jamba Juice? It was like so sad. I don't. So I do the energy boost. So my go-to is the acai super antioxidant. That is always my go-to. I usually do the energy boost in it. Banana berries also. I love any the berries. Also, if I'm feeling up for it, I don't mind getting an acai bowl at Jamba Juice either. I love the even though acai doesn't really have a taste, it still kind of has a taste. But I love the berries. One thing I think, oh gosh, did I don't remember the name of it. I did one time get something from Jamba Juice that was not fruity. It was like the peanut butter mood, I think is what it was called. And it was pretty good. But like I when I think of like chocolate or peanut butter or things of that nature, I'm thinking more of a milkshake rather than a smoothie. And I don't go to Jamba Juice for a milkshake. I'd rather go to like Cold Stone or um, Andy's or a place where you would get a milkshake. Smoothies to me have to be fruity. It. So but yeah, acai super antioxidant. I always get the biggest one, and that keeps me satisfied. Very tasty. Makes me feel healthy, even though it's a big old thing full of fruit. So there's a lot of sugar. See, the only time I go to Cold Stone is on my birthday. I don't even know. It's been forever since I've been to a Cold Stone because I think we only have one left in town, and it's like all the way on the other side. Or there might be one in the mall too. But I don't know if they still do this, but Cold Stone back in the day, just to make me feel older, you used to be able to put like they would have like a tip jar, and you'd be able to put money in it, and they would have to sing. So I would usually go to a Cold Stone, I'd put in like a $5 bill, be like, "It's my birthday," and have them sing me "Happy Birthday." I haven't done that in years. I don't even know if they still do that anymore. But I remember that used to be a thing. They sang. So anybody who's been to a Cold Stone recently, let me know. Do they still do that? Or maybe because this is back in Hawaii when I did it, so I don't know. Maybe it was only the Hawaii Cold Stones where they would sing. I could be delusional. I just realized. Oh my god! I just looked up at the game. I'm paying attention to chat. We were in extra innings, and it's a walk off error. A walk off error. Charlie Zhu will take the win. Murdoch will take the loss. Ivy Nurple, player of the game again. 1 run, 6 hits over 5 1/3. Although, frankly, Gorshall could deserve it too. 1 hit. Only gave up 1 hit. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Oh no, I won the prediction. Oh, we're gonna have to fix that. And yes, yep. I'm kind of curious. Are you the league leader now? Because there's only one other NPC, which actually I don't know. Punk is I haven't said Phillips' name in like all season. Oh, he retired. He was one of the retired players. No wonder we haven't been seeing too many stolen bases because Matt Phillips was that guy. So yeah, Pucklenuck must be leading. Yep, Morales is in second. Ironically, Man of Steel, even though it's not a speed archetype, third. How apropos. No, I didn't want that one. I want that one. Let's go with save. Safety save. Man, 9 hits, only 1 run. Ouch. We get to watch Hummus pitch again. In fact, it's going to be the two user number 2 starters, North and West. That'll be our next and last stream game of the night. We will quick sim this one though. Oh my! They went to 11 again. 6-5, a walk off in the 11th for the second straight day for the South. What was it this time? Walk off solo home run for Eitri Lakgar. You know what? That's better than a walk off error. And it's certainly better than a balk off, which is possible. It is a balk off is very possible. I might finish right on time because I see we're almost at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 where I'm at in the Central. And we're gonna do a short prediction on this one, so y'all will have do maybe a couple minutes, just so that way we can wrap this up by the top of the hour. And I will, since I won that last prediction, I will do. Actually, I'll do it on the other side. I'm gonna do 7,500 points for over 3 home runs, or I guess I'm sorry, over 2.5. I have 7,500 points on over. Come on, make me broke. Turn some of my points into league cash for you. And also, we are still doing Ask the Booth, so feel free to ask your whatever questions you like. Just nothing related to drafts, so I don't get in trouble. My answer is NA, not applicable, because I'm not a GM anymore. At least in PBE, I'm not a GM anymore. So I can't technically I can't draft you because I'm not the one making those decisions. Those are there's other people making those decisions. It sounds like you're in denial over the fact that I cannot answer your question. Also, not my best work. I'm gonna try. I'll do better next time. uh, I am not in GM retirement anymore. Um, which probably to the surprise of no one, or at least no one that knows that knows me well. Um, Minimal surprise. Even my former co-GM in Star was not surprised. If anything, I was surprised I lasted 1 month. I lasted 1 month of GM retirement, which I don't know. Is that going to be my future? Like in real life? Am I going to be one of those people that instead of just retiring and sitting around at home, I have to do something? So I'm going to go be like a greeter at Walmart just to give myself something to do? I think so too. Or I could just go to McDonald's and just sit there all day with a newspaper or something and have a. Well, actually, this would be. Man, imagine what that would be like in like 20 years from now. Imagine that. There'd be like no newspapers or something, and then like the version of the old guys sitting at the McDonald's every morning drinking the senior coffee. Instead of having a newspaper, they'll have like an iPad or something reading the news. That would be crazy. Oh, I don't have a lawn. I'll just go yell at a tree or a cloud. As I see that prediction is close, let's get this started. I could go yell at young people who go decide to pop fireworks, keep me up late at night. I could do that. That is one thing I guess I don't understand. Like, if I lived in a, I mean, I guess I technically live in a neighborhood, but um, like, why can't we make places like specific places where when we get to like 4th of July or New Year's, like you go to this place, you can pop all the fireworks you want. So that way you don't bother the neighborhood. And there's and not even just like people who hate the noise. Because this is one cool thing that I did see that Kansas did for 4th of July. Um, because a lot of people don't know, it's like animals, like dogs, like it freaks them out, but also veterans. Like a lot of people don't either they don't know or they don't fully understand. But like fireworks, like some veterans, because PTSD is a thing, and the noise of the fireworks can be triggering to a veteran. Um, so um, denial. I have a question, and if you don't know, I can go look at mod chat. Um, I will say because we have the portal, it is slightly longer because there's only like I think 5 people who can like physically put money in the portal. So I don't know if that's that could be the cause. But yeah, so it does take a little bit of time for the bank. the bank team, or um, could I'll be honest, I don't know how to pay out when it comes to prediction, like the $1 million part. I don't know any part of that process, so I don't want to give you improper information. To finish my thought real quick, so because lots of people were popping fireworks for Fourth of July, um, in Hutchinson, we actually have a salt mine in Hutchinson. In fact, it's also partly a museum as well. And so it's underground. So Fourth of July night, they actually opened it up. They cleared out a room. They had got a whole bunch of cots and comfy beds. And they invited veterans to basically spend the night um, in a cool, safe, dark, noise-free place. Like it is so far underground that you can't hear any noise from the ground level from So I thought that was really cool. I don't know if they did that, if this was the first year that they did it, or if they've been doing it, and it just so happened I saw it on the news. But um, but yeah, man, if I wish they had that for normal people too. I mean, the veterans are important; they do deserve that. But can somebody open that something similar for us normal people so I can go? Because I would go pay to spend a night there because I know I'd get some sleep, unlike where I live and everybody just wants to blow things up and create lots of noise. Um, well, maybe have multiple. Now, granted, where you are, that would be very hard because you live in a very, very densely populated area. Um, but like I'm in Kansas where we got a lot of open fields. Um, and so there's a lot of places you could have one on each side of the city. Like if you live north, you can go here. If you live west, you can go here. If you live like you could spread it out like that. But where you live, I cannot imagine something like that working because it's so densely populated. Although I do know that would be hard for them because if I remember correctly, like you cannot blow fireworks at the park. Like it cannot be like a public park. But still, like, can somebody, like, you have all this space for all the fireworks tents. Can we make a designated area? But I will say, I'm one of those people. Like, if there was like a big firework, like a professional fireworks show, I would consider going. Like, I wouldn't mind enjoying that. But like random Joe Schmo popping off like 5,000 aerials, yeah, no, don't. I don't want no part in that. You go do that far away from where I live. Thank you very much. I would like to have a place to live. I don't need I don't need you doing things you shouldn't be doing, and then all of a sudden my place burns down because of something erratic. Also, Fourth of July is the worst when it comes to that popping fireworks because it's not like New Year's where I'm at where it's like super cold. So most people they just pop all their fireworks that one night and it's done because they don't want to go outside because it's so cold. Or if it's like snowing, things of that nature. We're in the middle of summer, so a lot of times people in my neighborhood, even though you legally have to stop, since Fourth of July was on a Saturday, you had till the end of Sunday legally to pop your fireworks. Yeah, no. Between now and October, I'm sure I'm gonna hear random fireworks going off at random times because it's nice outside. It's not raining. It's just hot. So that's the other thing that I'm just like, ugh. Home run derby, 6-2 now. Was that the second or the third home run? That's at least the second. I don't know if they had one. I've been paying attention to chat. I've been looking at the game. That's at least two because North had one at the top of the third. Don't tell me I'm going to win again. I thought I was being, I thought I was being smart because a lot of times there's only one or two. I'm not supposed to be winning. So chat, who is going to be watching World Cup here in about 10 minutes? I know I will not be watching. Um, I take that back. I might watch bits and pieces, but I'm not a soccer fan. I did watch as VCL was wrapping up yesterday. I did watch the end of England and Mexico. That was pretty good. Which is it's funny that I don't watch soccer. A lot of people give me grief because I like watching racing, so I have to deal with the whole you'll sit there and watch them go around in circles for 4 hours, and I just look at them straight in the face and be like, yes, I'm sure I would appreciate soccer more, or sorry, football. I'm sure I would appreciate it more if I played it because I've also had people tell me the same thing about baseball. I've had people tell me like, why do you like baseball? It's so boring. And I would just leave them like, I used to play baseball, so like, it's less boring when you know like the finer details of what's going on, like the strategy, the different hitters and the pitcher matchups and things of that nature. Like, now if you're a surface level casual fan, yeah, I could see baseball being kind of boring. Um, but what's funny is MLB might ruin the growth that they've gotten since putting in the pitch clock and all the different rules to make the games go faster. They're going to lose all that progress if there's no baseball next year, which unfortunately I'm pretty sure it's going to be that way. I would be super surprised that there is no work stoppage next year. So enjoy baseball while you can, and you can thank the Dodgers for putting us in this mess. I cannot watch NBA. I can't. I love basketball. I love college basketball. College basketball is fun. Um, NBA, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. And I'm a Lakers fan, and I am not upset that LeBron's leaving or any of that. Like, I just there's so many things that. First of all, NBA is so confusing. Like when you look at like their how they do salary cap and all that stuff, there's like 50 gazillion different exceptions and um there's an apron and there's all these little things that makes it so confusing for a casual fan. And then you got load management, and then you got all these I hate to say this, but a lot of players in that league are divas and they want to try to make these super teams and like I'm looking at you, James Harden, who's basically been like a mercenary. He James Harden has been doing the NIL thing before the NIL thing was a thing. All these players doing four different schools in 4 years. Meanwhile, James Harden's like started this in 2010 or whatever. Is like, okay, I'll play here for 2 years. Okay, I'm done. Trade me here, and yeah, no, I can't stand that. Like, I can't. I mean, hey, if I was the Dodgers and I had buku dollars to go spend, why not? Who would you rather have play instead of Kyle Tucker? Which I am surprised Kyle Tucker's having a rough season right this year because he's a good baseball player. Yeah, but they could use him as trade bait. Could use him as trade bait. Like I would not be surprised if the Dodgers go dip into the bucket of prospects and go get Scooble just to piss everyone off even more. Sorry, did I put something in the ethos I shouldn't have? I know Punk's mad at me right now for even the fact that I even said that because Punk's a Tigers fan, but um here's what I want to know. Speaking of the trade deadline, um are the Pirates going to trade Skeens? Because they've been holding on to him for so long. And like I cannot imagine them trading it. See, the problem is like if they traded him last year, they would probably get more than this year because Skeens has actually kind of fallen off a little bit. But like if you weren't going to trade him last year and you're not trading him this year, so what? When are you going to extend him? Like are you going to give him the monies? Like that's what I find just fascinating and confusing. It's like what are you going to do? Personally, as a Phillies fan, I would love for us to go get Paul Skeens. I love. I am a sucker for fantastic pitching, and I would be ecstatic and over the moon if we go get Paul Skeens. I doubt it because we don't really have. I don't know what we'd give the Pirates in return for him. Because we don't really have very many prospects. Ooh, I don't know, man. See, so my baseball knowledge brain would agree with you. My emotional brain would not agree with you because, like, man, Nola is like out of the pitchers in our rotation. Nola and I think Sanchez too. Those are our homegrown talent. I'm surprised Nola has had some. He's had some rough. Like last 2 3 seasons have been rough for him, and it's man. And see, here's the thing. Like it happened right around when he got his extension, but he's not the type of person. He's not a Anthony Rendon where you know baseball's just a job. Like I'm just in it for the money. Like that's not Aaron Nola. So it's not because like he didn't back off because it's like I got my money now. Now I can just cruise. No, that's not him. That's not what's going on. Um. Oh, I don't think we'd get both of them. I don't think we would get both of them because you have to think they're on two different teams. So Skeens is gonna require a boatload of stuff. Scooble too, and you cannot trade draft picks at least currently, which is about the only thing in the that MLB proposed that I am like I would be on board with that. Um, True, but I guess I'm thinking about this season with our team and what could get us to even be on the same conversation as the Dodgers. Um, but I forgot what I was gonna say now. um, or I forgot where I was going with that. Um, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens at the trade. Oh no, I remember what I was gonna say. So MLB proposed one of their proposals when it came to the draft was that teams would be able to trade draft picks for the first time ever. Um, and then, but you can only trade that season's draft picks. You can't be like the NBA and go trade draft picks from like 2050. Just that season. And I would love to see that because I feel like that would spice up the trade deadline even more. Now that you could throw in some draft picks. Also, too, like let's say you have a player where you know you're not going to re-sign, and usually what would happen is you let them go to free agency, and then people got to try to sign them, but then they got to give up the comp pick. And that is which the comp pick. I mean, I don't know how the Players Association feels about trading the draft picks. If I was the Players Association, I'd be kind of happy about that because if you think about it, If you already know you're going to lose a draft pick getting a certain player, you might as well trade it to get the player and then extend them versus letting them go to free agency. You sign them or try to sign them, and then you got to give up a complimentary pick. Because that has prevented people from signing other players because they're like because I think after a certain amount of time, then you could sign without giving up a pick, and that's prevented some players from being signed. So yeah, if I was MLB, I'd be okay with that one. Now, do I think there should be a salary cap in baseball? I lean towards no, which is like not solving anything. But but some of these teams are bad because they refuse to spend the money. It's not because they don't have the money. They just straight up refuse to spend the money. Um, now, if you're gonna have a now, if you're gonna have a salary cap, which they propose a cap and a floor, the one thing I would not be okay with, is what you just said. I would not be okay. You're already capping the salary cap, which is already a natural cap on how much the contracts can go. If a team wants to go give a player 100 million a year, which it would be like half of their salary cap, let them. Let them. Like why? Why like to me it's like if they're playing within the rules and they want to do a dumb decision like that, let them. That's their fault. They did a dumb decision because I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, because I don't have it in front of me, um, they part of the proposal for the salary cap and the floor was that you could spend up to 25% on one player. Um, and so, like, if a team wants to do that, let them. Like, they're not gonna do. They're not gonna have very because this is not like basketball where there's only like 14 people or 15 on a roster. Baseball you have a 26 man and a 40 man. So, it's different. Now, granted, I think some NBA players get paid way too much money. Way too much. Way too much. Like, it makes no sense. I mean, NBA players make more money than MLB players, and they play half the games. Like, think about that. Like, it's crazy. Now, I don't know what the attendance numbers are, but part of me wants to say more people go to baseball games than basketball games, since usually baseball stadiums have more capacity than a basketball arena. But that would assume that every single team in MLB, fills up half their stadiums or more. Miami, and Tampa, and whatever the heck we call the A's. 10-5 for the North. Sellen will take the win. Tremonti will take the loss. Tony Soprano is your player of the game. And would you look at that? It's literally 7 o'clock where I'm at. I gotta count the home runs. Hold on. Three. Three home runs. Oh no. Tune back in with me on Friday. I believe we're doing 7 p.m. Eastern, unless USA wins, and I don't know when they play next. But we'll make sure to give away more. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to give away my points. I can't help that fate wants to do different things. Let's go ahead and execute that. Don't forget, Index has now changed up uploads every hour. So I would say check the index about an hour from now, and it should be updated. If not, it will definitely be updated by midnight Eastern. Tomorrow we got first part of round one of the playoffs with Sleepy tomorrow. Wednesday we have part two. Thursday semifinals. Friday with me for more Prospect League. Saturday World Series. Saturday minor league World Series in the afternoon time. And then the nightcap will be the Major League World Series. And then we start all over again next week. Oh gosh, Punk, are you still around? I know I'd do one change for the second week of Prospect League, and I'm trying to remember. I I know I have one day off next week, and I'm trying to remember if it was Monday or Wednesday. Um, you know what? We'll talk about that when we get to Friday. And we also have the schedule without the times on the rookie server as well in the, I believe it's called PL Schedule channel. But with that being said, who are we rating? I believe official OTP is live, right? Yeah, we'll send you all over to official OOTP. And as I promised, we did not go 3 hours. We did not go 3 hours. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go figure out what I'm doing for dinner. It's been fun. We got to talk about food today. Now, see, Denal can at least go get Jamba Juice because at least there's Jamba Juice where they're at. I have to go 3 hours for a Jamba Juice, so I will not be getting Jamba Juice today. But if you get a Jamba Juice, I will live vicariously through you. We'll see you all later.